Absolute DC has officially been announced after getting leaked. Twice. Okay, so Absolute DC is going to be a new imprint coming out of DC in October following the Absolute Power event. Basically, according to Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson, Darkseid splits off a corner of the multiverse because he's looking for something and it somehow creates the Absolute DC universe. And it's gonna be a darker, grittier world with radical reimaginings of classic DC characters. And for the initial creative lineup, we got Superman by Jason Aaron and Rafael Sandoval, Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta on Batman, and Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman on Wonder Woman. And, we'll see how it turns out. Right off the bat, I am not the world's biggest fan of Scott Snyder's approach to Batman. I know that's heresy for a lot of Batman fans and comic book fans alike, but I already made like a 40-minute retrospective on the New 52 Batman series by Snyder and Capullo. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, be my guest. But I just don't like Scott Snyder's take on Batman. That's just how I feel. Also, he wrote that character for like 10 years straight. I don't know what else he has to really say with Batman. But given how this is a completely original take on the character, I'm down to see what he brings to the mythology. Apparently, this is going to be a working-class Batman, so that's potentially really interesting. And I'm a big fan of Nick Dragotta's work. East of West is one of my all-time favorite comic books, and I just love Nick Dragotta's art style so much. I am 100% down to clown with my ass in a crown just to get a glimpse of what he can do with Batman. Already, I love the costume design. I love the massive Frank Miller-esque giant bat across his chest with the motorcycle pads on his shoulders. I just think he looks really cool. And I know that people have been dogging on Nick Dragotta's art style, saying that Batman looks like a giant thumb, or that he looks like Bane wearing a Batman suit, but that's just Dragotta's style, It's very heightened, it's heavy on expressionism. I don't know, I like it, I'm just that weird target demographic, I guess. I also like the idea of Batman having wings instead of a cape. It just looks cool to me, I don't know. Now, as for Superman, Jason Aaron is another one of those guys who gives me some pause. Just in general, Jason Aaron is radically hit or miss for me. Sometimes you get Doctor Strange, sometimes you get his run on the Avengers. There's really no telling with this guy. I did like his 3-issue Bizarro arc in Action Comics, so he can definitely write normal Superman, but I don't know, I'm just not at all impressed by or itching to see Superman, but emotionally detached from humanity. Like, we already did that. Maybe let's try something else? Again, I'm really excited for the artistic talent. Rafael Sandoval was excellent on Action Comics during Philip Kennedy Johnson's Metallo arc, so I'm excited to see him do more Superman. I will say, I don't like the design of Absolute Superman, which puts me in the minority, apparently, because everyone and their sexy stepmother seems to think that Superman looks really cool, and I don't get it. He looks like if Todd McFarlane designed the costumes for Man of Steel and the movie was directed by Tim Burton.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
I'm open to having it grow on me in the future, but for the time being, I'm just not a fan. And last, we have Wonder Woman. Kelly Thompson is another one of those 50-50 hit-or-miss writers for me, but the pitch gave me a lot to look forward to. This is Wonder Woman meets Lara Croft. In this continuity, Diana doesn't come from an island of Amazons. Instead, she's an archaeologist who stumbles upon her powers, and I don't know, I think that sounds pretty fucking cool. It sounds weird and pulpy in a classic DC Comics kind of way, and I just hope that Thompson can stick the landing with this one. Hayden Sherman is a weird choice for this book, though. I know them from their indie comic Above Snakes, which is really good. just not what I think of when I think of Wonder Woman. That said, in a world post Wonder Woman Dead Earth, I can totally see why Hayden Sherman would get put on Wonder Woman, but still, that's a very out of the box decision. But I can see it working out very well. So as it stands, Wonder Woman is the book that I'm most excited for out of the bunch, but even then, that is a tentative excitement. And I feel bad about that, because I want to be more excited for this than I really am. In theory, I feel like an ultimate universe of sorts would be the creative shot of B12 that DC desperately needs right now. And I'm saying that as someone who's been really liking a lot of DC's recent comics. But, let's be real here. Overall, not all of their books, mind you, but overall, they've been playing greatest hits of DC since Rebirth, and to be fair, I get why. The New 52 alienated a lot of post-crisis DC fans, and their sales were taking a hit. So, I 100% get it. I get why they said, fuck it, we tried something new, it didn't work, just bring all the old shit back. And in the same way that Marvel in the late 90s was playing greatest hits with a lot of their characters after a decade of trying new things, we got the Ultimate Universe, which was a publishing initiative over the fuck there. It was very clearly not a reboot, just its own little thing in its own little universe, but it breathed new life into Marvel Comics as a brand. It got a lot of new readers into comics, myself included, and it brought a lot of people back into comics. It was deconstructing a lot of these classic Marvel characters, analyzing their core essentials, and then building something new out of that with a lot of new creators with exciting new ideas. It even got to the point where the Ultimate Universe started to eclipse the main Marvel Universe for a little while, and then the main 616 Marvel continuity just started stealing ideas from the Ultimate Universe until it got to the point where it seemed redundant for them both to exist. And I just think that would be so good for DC. And maybe not that last part, but definitely starting fresh with these classic characters and rebuilding them from the ground up to breathe some new life into their existence so that we're not trapped in an endless cycle of telling the same stories over and over again. And even if we are, at least there's a potentially new and exciting way to do it. That said, DC's tried this several times before, and for some reason they've just never been able to stick the landing. Max Landis' Kryptonian Epic Universe looked like it was going to be DC's answer to the Ultimate Universe for a little while, but, the New 52 itself was pulling a lot of inspiration from the Ultimate Universe, but I feel like a lot of the New 52 books that were trying to be edgy like the Ultimate Universe missed why the Ultimate Universe worked in the first place. Earth 1 was another earlier attempt, and honest to God, all of the pieces were there. I think Earth 1 had a solid foundation. In fact, I still think it does. Like, semi-autistic outsider Superman, Little Mermaid who fights Nazis Wonder Woman, dipshit Batman, Runaways-inspired Teen Titans, Ridley Scott's Green Lantern. Like, all of these are legitimately cool ideas, but they just never went anywhere because the Earth 1 books were 50-page graphic novels that were released once every 10 decades. So all those books just lost steam because they were never able to connect with each other in any meaningful way to feel like a proper universe. But here we are in the year of our Lord 2024. They're gonna try it one more time. Hopefully it works. But what about you? What are your thoughts on Absolute DC? What do you think of the creative teams? Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share to support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you gotta do is subscribe. I am the Mystical Green Beanie. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.